Hello everyone, I'm here in Augusta, Georgia at the Golabchi Educational Center. This is a project that our company did in the summer of 2023. We were here for almost 6 months putting this project together. I'd like to take you on a tour of this facility and show you some of the work we did, as well as introduce you to the man that is responsible for all of this taking place. So follow me. Before we get going here today, I want to introduce you to the man responsible for harvesting all these animals. Yes, I'm talking about one single person. Had gone out field for almost 50 years, 60 years, hunting, and had assembled a collection of this magnitude. Everything you're going to see here was harvested by only one person. His name was Soudy Golabchi. He is best known by his friends as Soudy. Everybody called him Soudy. He was a beloved character in the community, well known in the hunting circles as the most prolific sheep hunter to ever have walked this planet. He has to date harvested close to or just over 100 different sheep species throughout the world, throughout Asia and the Americas. Soudy's favorite sheep species to hunt was the Marco Polo. The Marco Polo is the king of all sheep, no matter what species you're talking about. And Soudy 3 times beat his own world record. He set the world record and then beat it 2 more times. Soudy hunted all over the world. He hunted in China, he hunted in Russia, he hunted all over the Asian continents. There's hardly a place on the planet he didn't hunt. Africa, the Americas. So he was all over the world hunting big game, and there's no question that what was in Asia was perhaps his favorite thing to pursue. The first thing you'll see at the museum, and that is what we call the rotunda, and you're greeted with a whitetail display of some of the most prolific whitetail trophies ever taken. When a company like ours is contracted to build a display, whether it be a museum or a private trophy room, we have to come up with a design. So how do we do that? This design is what I call your all-American whitetail scene, so to speak. It was inspired by some of my favorite artists such as Terry Redlin, Michael Seeve, that have painted what is the typical North American farmland type scene, and that's what we tried to recreate here. You're going to be greeted by 154 shoulder mounts. Again, remember, this was all harvested by one man. So it was a very labor-intensive project just to hang these heads. It took 7 days for us to accomplish that. When we finished that, we realized that the room was very top-heavy, meaning that all the focal points were high and the lower walls were left bare, and it seemed like something was missing. So we came up as an afterthought to introduce murals on the bottom to anchor the display and give it a more pleasing look. So what I'd like to talk to you about now is the concept of building a display as far as the design goes. What do we try to do? We try to bring a life-size animal into a non-life-size scene, habitat scene. The mountains represented here and the rocks and so forth are not proportionately the same as they would be outside, having a 10,000 plus height to them. So we have to create that visually with murals and rocks and bringing everything together to sell that to the person that's viewing the scene. The mural designs are kind of the backbone structure of the entire display to begin with. It dictates to us as the artisans how we will go about designing the rest of the display to make everything homogeneous and consistent. Incidentally, the artisan that I have for my murals, I work very closely with him in the beginning stages in that we design this mural with the animals in mind. We know what we have, we know how many we have, and where we're going to place them. And so this mural is a composite of several images brought together and grafted and spliced together seamlessly to create the transitions that you see as you go around the room. So it's a very customized process of creating a specific mural for the scene. Now the elephant here There's an interesting story. Soudy shot this and had it mounted in a shoulder mount. That's an actual skin mount. On the onset of the project, there was discussion of, can we somehow resurrect this and make it a full body mount? So what we did is we purchased a replica, and then we married and grafted the head onto the replica, and that came out really well. So when we were done, we brought a life-size animal back. The same thing happened here with the hippo. The hippo was a shoulder mount, so we brought the head to our sculpture and sculpted out the body and recreated the hippo so that he now has a life-size hippo. This museum is now dedicated to preserve his legacy and, to preserve the animals that he had harvested, but it is also an educational center. There is a large curriculum that has been developed around the animals and teaching people the regions they come from, the difference between them, yet being from the same species, and a lot of field trips for children in this community and surrounding communities have been designed to bring the children here to help them to appreciate the vast resource of wildlife that exists on our planet. And so this has much more than a man and his trophies behind it, but now it has become something that is really going to be used for a wonderful purpose for the kids. If Soudy's in heaven looking down, I'm hoping he's proud of what we've done. We certainly are. And we hope we gave this effort of his obsession to hunt these animals, a good home and a place that many people for the years to come will be able to enjoy observing them.